So, good evening, my dears. I'm happy to see all those who are already here on time, those who will join. Let's start. Let's start because a lot of questions. Maybe we will not be able to answer all of it today, but I know I promised you the discussions about children from some couple of good months, and it just didn't happen. So now, thanks to our beautiful initiative, we are here, hopefully getting some answers to very important questions because let's admit, being a mother is really the most difficult thing in this life when you the more you understand the weight of the word mother, of this role, the more difficult it becomes. That's the truth. And the more ignorant is, the easier it seems to us. But the fruits later on are absolutely vice versa. The more effort we do, the more conscient effort we do, the better we try doing the things now, the better the results are somewhere in the future. So those who are here, as far as I see, we all know each other, you know me, so I feel comfortable to speak openly and freely with you about my real opinion about important things. For those, if there are people who will be watching this and recording who are not knowing me, I'll just say a couple of words that my name is Rada Thakur and I'm the mother of two already teenagers. And I feel I have lots of things to share about children. I have the right to share these because I myself consider uh, a good mom, actually a brilliant mom. I really consider myself a brilliant mom. I did almost the best I could, almost, because I believe definitely there can be better. But from in the situation that I was, in my reality, I did the best, and till now I'm doing. And actually, it has never been easy, but it's always been interesting. And more than that, I am studying the science of life, the science of happiness, and definitely it cannot avoid the topic of mother, children. It's a circle. I don't know which one is this beginning. Should we work with the mothers or should we work with the children? There isn't an answer. We should work with whoever is in front of us. So today there are mothers in front of us, so we are working with the mothers. Apparently there are no fathers, and when there are children in front of me, so we are working with the children. So it's a wholesome. I like the wholesome approach because otherwise you miss a lot of things, and that is my philosophy in life. Everything is interconnected. That is, whenever I speak about children, I usually touch absolutely remote areas, but which directly or indirectly are related to our topics. This is why those who are maybe watching me for the first time, if you happen to be here or watch this in recording, then just take some time, get some patience, and prepare your mind in a more open way. Don't get scared about the new ideas, the new visions, maybe the new philosophy that you might be hearing for the first time. I am absolutely responsible for everything that I'm sharing here because I understand that there are people who might follow my advices, and there will be consequences. This is why I really want all the best for all the women, for all the children, for all the people in this universe. So let's start with the questions. I will start with the questions I will start, I will try to be fast. I really plan not to stay more than 1 hour and a quarter, maybe. Better to make it shorter, but more often, so that nobody gets tired. I will try to answer the questions first from the group, and then if some questions needs more elaboration, we will see next time or in today. Just let's go spontaneously and hopefully to be quite productive. Before I start with the most important thing, please tell me, please write in the chat from 1 to 10 how well you hear me. The most important, how well you hear me. Oh, amazing, amazing. Okay, amazing, perfect, wonderful. So God bless our project, our process, and let's start. I will summarize. I will summarize certain questions which are related to teenagers, to how to get the how to what approach should we have when our children are already manifesting their personality and we kind of don't like it? It's when the children start really expressing their thoughts, they have some kind of power to impose their, I don't know, ideas, likings and dislikings, and really it gets very hard because till around 5 years, oh my God, the children are so sweet and we are so proud mothers. We think that, oh my God, he loves me and he's so cute and he's listening and he's everything and she's the na 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 na. And I think, oh my God, you losers, like look at my child, how intelligent and how nice and how polite he is. And then, oh my God, then 7, 8, 9, and they start to show different colors, and we start like saying, oh my God, did I do anything wrong? Like, oh my God, you cannot even share. Like, what should I show now on the social media when he is not tidy anymore, when he is not cute, he's not polite, he's answering like, yes, my dears, it happened before starting precisely answering the questions. I will start with the main bad news. I will start with the worst news, and then we'll gradually, I will reanimate you. We did definitely, we have the illusion, we have the desire, we really want the things to be well in our life, and this is normal. We are dreaming that everything will be ideal. We want to get married and to have the ideal marriage, then we have to have our children, and we hope that she will be beautiful, handsome, smart, and the most important, obedient, because I know what is best for him or her. Every parent thinks, is convinced that I know what is best. And the thing is that very few parents really know what the child needs. And I will just mention the list. Every child comes with a destiny. You, me, everyone here, everyone around you is a human being who was born with a certain destiny, and that destiny cannot be shaped in whatever a mother wants. I want my child to be an artist, or I want my child to be a doctor, or everyone in our family is a teacher, so I want my child to be a teacher, and so on. It's not possible. The child has a destiny, and no matter what you do, the child will follow that destiny. You only can break the wings, you only can make it harder for you and for the child. There is something called karma, that is a certain not cycle of events, a certain chain of events, situations, circumstances that the child comes with the baggage, with the luggage. And in that luggage is already, everything is already arranged. Everything is already arranged. The child came to you ready-made. The child came to you ready-made with a plan, with a destiny, And you cannot change it. You can only help the child go through whatever is there on his or her way. And this is why the parent is the only person, especially mother, but let's say hopefully two, two people, mother and father, ideally, the only two person in this universe, but mostly mother, because it came from here. The only in all these 8 billion plus people among all of them, it's the only person who has the ability to love this child after God the most, unconditionally. Why God gave us this mechanism to love crazily, be in love with our children, because he knows that our children will never be the way we want. We will be disappointed. If it was a stranger, we would hate, we would delete this number from our contacts. We would never have anything to do with this person if it's not our child. But the mothers love their children no matter how their children are. Why? Because that's the only chance for that child in a certain time of at a certain age, for a certain period in life, to be protected, to be given shelter, to be given confidence, to be given love, tenderness, whatever any plant, any flower, any animal, and of course human being needs. The mother is the only one in this whole universe who is able to love this child and to accept the way he is. Why? Because God knows the destiny of the child will be different from the destiny of the mother. So definitely the mother can only raise the child. The mother can only advise the child according to her fears, according to her likings, according to her experience. And this is very limited. So by default, when ignorance is more than consciousness, the mother wants to limit, like in a greenhouse, to raise the child, to limit from all those dangers, from all those paranoia that she has in her loving heart, in her loving mind, that I want my child to be happy. This is why I will not let him or her do this, because I did and I suffered. So if he will do, he will also suffer. And we do limitation after limitation, leaving zero chances to the child, till eventually, whenever in the future he just revolts, or the good thing is if he will revolt, the bad scenario will be if he will just become that give up, if the child will give up and will just become that chronically obedient child who just listens to the mom and does whatever she wants, or the dad, out of guilty, out of pity, and so on. That is why the bad news is that our children will never be the way we want. Will never be the way we want. We are there to accept them. Remember one thing, the children are not ours. We are theirs. We are here for them, not they are here for us. The roots are for the fruits. The roots are for the fruits. This is why our likings, our not likings, just we are making our life harder, and of course their lives harder. We are here like a gardener. I have planted something, and my job is to understand how much water, how much sunlight, what could be the parasites that I should protect this plant from, when to prune, when to harvest, and how to take care. We are here for the children. Most of the time, please, my dear mothers, admit that we want the child to compensate a certain, I don't know, in unconfidence in us, that no, okay, maybe I'm a loser as a this, but at least I have a handsome daughter, or I have a smart son, or something. And we are so afraid to admit that, Oh my God, maybe my son or my daughter are not good. Oh my God, what if my son is stupid? Like, oh my God, what if my daughter is something again, something not, I don't know, something. So what? What if my son or my daughter will be sick and people will say like, oh my God, like, did you eat sugar while being pregnant? Okay, yeah, I ate, and what does it have to do? If the child has to come sick, it will come sick, and it doesn't make you be a bad mother. Only a great mother can be a mother to a sick child. Remember this. This is why, yes, we have the children we deserve, but we never have bad children. Our children are the best because for some reason we understood, I don't know, the system has been, the cosmic system has been synchronized to to get the child who needs exactly my experience, who needs exactly my lifestyle, who needs exactly my circumstances. And this is why the question was there that how can I compensate the fact that I was not with my child when he was small, I was leaving him at the nursery, and so what? That is in the past. You were exactly the perfect mom your child needed, no feeling of guilt. He knew to what kind of mother he is coming or she. They knew exactly you are the best parents for your children, even if you don't have the father, even if you don't even know who is the father. That was the perfect combination. This the story, the experience of that parent, dad, was needed for some reason by this child. The child needs this experience of raising maybe without a father or maybe with a stepfather. The child needs this the experience of maybe being bullied, that and if your mother is like that kind of a woman or I don't know what. No feeling of guilt, whatever was in the past, if you did it without knowing. I mean, I consider myself a perfect mom. I really consider myself, I'm a brilliant, perfect, the best mom for my children. But I know so many things could have been, like theoretically, there are so many things to do more as a mother for a child. But I couldn't. I really couldn't. Like, really, I couldn't. That is why I say, from what I knew, from what I could, from what physically I was able, I did as much as I could with my best intention. But I know there are so many things to do more. Will I blame myself for it? Absolutely not. And my children didn't have the easiest childhood. Please believe me, not. Like I could say they suffered so much, I got tired them so much. Like it was never easy, it was never abundant, it was never like, I don't know, la la land for them. Absolutely not. But in the same time, I know they were very happy, and I was happy. We were happy together, and we did the best in those circumstances that individually in my life arranged. That is why, my dears, no feeling of guilt for what is in the past. Admit that you were the best mom. You offered through through your I don't know, ignorance at that moment. Leaving the child at the nursery or not breastfeeding or doing the cesarean, and that time you didn't know how harmful it is, but now you know and you blame yourself like, oh my God, like why didn't, no, 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 no. It's in the past. Can you change anything? Absolutely not. What concerns the past. So just admit that even in that formula, you were the best. You were the best. But it doesn't mean that now, since you will just do, let's say, cesarean again, just because I don't know, it's easier for you. Of course, no. Now you know, it's like this. So okay, you were ignorant, you didn't know, and you did it for your own pleasure. But whenever you have the chance to maybe advise someone else, cesarean or natural, now you will definitely say, you know what? No, these are the consequences. So just think again, what do you really want, what you really need, so that to always we have the chance to whatever cannot be done related to our past, but we always can help somebody else have a better experience in that matter in some future. That is why no feeling of guilt. You are the best parents, and do so. Just to conclude, do not expect your child to be the source of your joy, love, at least for the first 20 years, maybe even 30, who knows. Please don't expect, because there will be so much pain and disappointment. Just understand that you planted something and you have no idea what you planted. Maybe it's a tomato plant, maybe it's a tree, maybe it's a rose, maybe it's a cucumber. You don't know. So you have to be so careful, so attentive in observing what kind of leaf it will be. How does it behave when there is sunlight and when there is rain? How does it behave when you water it with the black tea or with green tea? And you just understand step by step what do you have in front of you, and try helping that child according to what he is. Do not implement your fears, your calculations, your logic, your limited logic into the destiny of your child, because it will be painful. So just admit that I am a mother, I have a child, and I don't know what kind of child this will be, but my job is to keep on loving him always. That is my job, and that is my satisfaction. And so basically, the job is to always believe, not try to shape the child, to shape his wings according to our plans, but to observe what kind of wings he has, and say, oh my God, such big wings. Like, oh my God, he can just fly so far away. Maybe he'll never find the way back home. Well, if the wings are large, it means he's able to fly far away. Then definitely he has all the programs that will help him manage there, come back if he needs, and so on. Always understand that our uh, we and our children, we are not alone. We are we are part of a very big system, our family, our ancestral system. And now I'm deeply studying this topic, and it's so amazingly, it's such a mechanism, it's such a machine, it's just incredible. It's really just incredible how God arranged all these interactions, correlations between different generations, so that we don't have the chance to separate ourselves without consequences. Yes, we can separate, and many people live like orphans, saying that, some people even say like, I don't have parents, or I don't have a dad. Um, or I don't talk with those, I don't talk with those. Like, you can say that I don't have a family, and you can feel that I don't have a family, or my family is small, but it doesn't change the matter of you belonging to a huge tribe of 126 people, and each level of these from this structure impacts you on a certain level of your life. And I was even thinking to make something, I don't know, to make something, but to work on this, I don't know, maybe to bound it to Neurographica, or to bound it to birthing. I don't know how to connect yet, but I really want to make a serious a program when we can attune ourselves to every level, where I will say each level is responsible for what. And I will just tell you, since we are here talking on the level of the parents, that the parents are the level which impacts the children the least, Basically, children don't get anything from us. Maximum just some kind of feature of character, and so that is why the main job of a parent is to allow the child, because you are the gardener, you are in the closest access to the child, you are with the child non-stop for a good years, and you are the one who is meant to take care of the to make sure that the child, to recognize what kind of human this is, what kind of plant this is if you are a gardener, and to allow to give the best care so that this something grows in its most in its best way. Accept these energies of the generation, the help, the presence of the ancestors. There are different other kind of entities, let's call them angels, who are constantly next to each of us, inclusively to each of our child, and they are mostly interested to protect, to make sure that everything is fine. Of course, there are also negative types of energies which are also constantly next to us, our children, and they are trying to get them into the other direction. But that is where we stand, because the child understands us the best through the language, through the tactile, through the presence, before the child will be able to comprehend the subtle energies, the subtle feelings, messages, and so on. That is why our responsibility is to be there for the child, for the best of the child. The child already came with his financial karma. No matter what you will advise, or like go there because that's the, I don't know, study this because this is what will bring you money, or study that because that is something that will bring money. Don't study that because what will you do? I was the other day, I was talking to a teacher from the musical school of the kids, and Karim, my elder son, he is planning to, after the school gymnasium, he is planning to shift to the college, to the musical college. And I was talking to the teacher from his musical school, and she was saying that he's so talented and he really wants to continue with music. So, and she was kind of talking very carefully with me, thinking that I will not support his idea of continuing with the music because it doesn't bring money. So she said, like, it will be wonderful, like if you also feel like you are supporting the idea of him continuing. In my heart, I say, like, with both hands, with both legs. I mean, I'm so happy that he found what he likes, so I don't care, money, not money, just let him continue till the end that he'll consider an end. Maybe there will be no end. I don't care if it will be just a hobby, or it will be really a passion, or it will be really becoming his profession. I really don't care. As long as today he likes music and there are good teachers to offer him more knowledge, more assistance, more professionalism, I will be really happy for him to follow this path. And I know that as long as people enjoy life, the matter of the money, all these things, it will never be a problem, it will never be an impediment, it will never be a source of suffering. My dear, so far, is it useful? Is it interesting? Is it understood so far what I said? Any questions regarding this part? Amazing so far. Okay, amazing so far. Good. Ah, okay. Mm, okay, okay, amazing, amazing. Hello, Rada. Hello, all. I have a question related to sexual education. There are a lot of opinions related to protecting our children from predators, but I would love to know your point of view. I have this fear as well. I'm worried about sexual abuse for my son when he is not with me. Uh, yeah, yeah. I totally share. I totally share this fear inclusively, this concern, this inclusively the disgust that we reached such a point where normal mothers of normal children in normal communities, and we have these worries that we know that these things exist and they are even promoted. They are. So on and so on. What can I think about this? My point of view is definitely to keep the children away from the topic of the sexual education. All these Alhamdulillah, in Lebanon, in the third world countries, it's not implemented in school. It's not it's not really welcomed in the culture. So how to say, uh, the talking about this is restricted. The manifestation of all these things are also banned and, alhamdulillah, punished in a free way by normal citizens of the cities, by normal men, basically by normal men. So I am absolutely in support of that. What concerns with the children? So here, kind of, you. I don't have an answer. Like I don't have a formula because it's such a fine level where the child can be silent just because out of the fear. That is why it's so important to be in good contact with our children since always, when we can feel even those of you who have plants, who have flowers, a small garden or just a flower in the pot, and sometimes you just understand, oh, somehow I don't like it. Somehow it's something changed. Like kind of nothing changed still, but something kind of changed. Yes, because the flower shows the signs of some kind of being different, not in the best way. The very same children, definitely their behavior changes when they are, I don't know, when they are afraid. Maybe colleagues at the school or something, because these things, unfortunately, today you don't even know from who to protect them, because it can be anywhere. Like really, it can be anywhere. You cannot even, like, literally, you can hardly trust most of the sources of communication for the children. This is why we just yes, just like Leah, I agree with this attitude that from now I'll tell them that their private area is there, it's theirs. Whenever something comes up, to say it. Yes, absolutely. That no games, no showing. It's not nice. A man doesn't do this. A man doesn't do this. Because sometimes the boys just, the children, like, they are just, because they don't have this concern. We have this panic, hysteria, because we know, like, we know. They don't have, and very naturally, they don't understand the meaning. They don't understand anything. So it's, for them, it's like really nothing bad. And we should not alarm them, like, oh my God, like, but just to say, come on, you're a man. This is just yours. And the same for the girls. we never, and nobody can, there isn't a single time of game where this can be included. So just whenever, and don't be afraid. For example, I really, for example, my boys, not only for this, but generally, I tell them that there are sick people outside there. I'm telling them that there are demon sides outside there who pretend to be very nice people. That is why, by default, trust people, but don't trust with something which is important for you. Think good of people, but also keep your. I mean, their age. I mean, what logic they can have, but still. Whenever there is a story, whenever there is a movie, and I show and they show in the movie how the somebody is faking, pretending to be very good, but eventually doing something very bad. I just show them. You see, we would never think that, oh my God, like somebody could, but people exist like this. They're all around us, and this is normal. So you just have to be, to really observe, to really be aware that it can happen. It can happen, so that the child doesn't live an illusion that everything is positive around us. Absolutely not. The weather cannot be always positive, whatever positive would mean for anyone, and the circumstances, people as well. That is why I don't have like an answer, a formula. But with my boys, I'm also like alert. I mean, alert in this way that basically inspiring them that manhood attitude where it's something yours and nothing can involve anything like games or showing or absolutely not. And of course, I'm always say that you can always ask for help. Anyone, just anyone on the street, anyone. Like I'm always saying that don't be afraid, don't and for example, personally for my boys, I'm always saying just don't be afraid, just hit, no matter what the person says, like I will let him kill you, but you just don't be afraid. You are not alone. You just protect yourself, whatever. And it doesn't concern only these things. Whenever somebody elder or somebody your age or somebody just comes with bad intention, acts disrespectful, doesn't understand the words, I always say there is time for a slap as well. So don't hesitate. If a misbehavior is not punished on the spot, it will just generate bigger misbehavior. That is why I'm not raising my voice in that like positive. Please be kind with everybody. No, absolutely not. Please be not kind with somebody who doesn't who is not nice to that level. Don't be kind because the kindness will lead you to nowhere uh, when the things on the other side are consciously not kind. There are people who has to be shown their way, and also remember that what I do, because my fear started when I had children. This is when my fear started. Before that, I didn't care. What happens to me? What happens to anyone? Didn't care. My fear started when they came. The fear of death. What will happen? Oh my God! I remember when the first time they are dead. Not they are dead. I only had Karim, and my husband took him first time, and he was already close to 1 year. First time alone to his brother's house, sister-in-law, brother's house. Oh my God, it took like, I think maybe maximum 2 hours, but in those 2 hours, I imagined all the possible scenarios, them having the accident, them and in all those 2 hours, I just thought that I will just go crazy and they will never come back home. And I said, oh my God, Rada, come back, come back. This is wrong. I understood that moment, that day, that situation. I remember it very clear till now. I understood that you are an enemy to your child in the first thing by thinking that way. Please remember that the energy of the mother is the most powerful energy. Whenever we feel bad, whenever we curse, whenever we have these fears, it instantly impacts our children, our husbands, our near close ones. So in that way, the prayer of a woman, the prayer of the mother, the prayer of the wife are the most powerful prayers for our man. That is why always have the faith that yes, I'm not there all the time with my children, and but from my side, I believe, I pray, I just feel that you are powerful as a mother, feel that you are maintaining the control, feel your power of the mother. You are not with the child on the same level, same human beings. You are not. You are a mother with a capital letter. You have so much energy. We have so much, we are so powerful that we literally we can save, let's say, we can protect through a prayer, through a hug, through that we are atomic energy station of constantly generating love. Love is the most powerful energy. Wherever there is love, the worst circumstance will melt. That is why never underestimate this power of controlling things in such a way, of believing that everything will be fine, of praying for the protection of your child, not for the sake of, oh, please, I'm afraid, but you understand the child came with his or her karma. And we can't do much about that. Whatever the child will have to go through, they will go. And sometimes it can be really awful things, accidents, sicknesses, traumas, psychological traumas, physical traumas. I don't know, a lot of bad habits, addictions. I mean, if the child has to go through that, we cannot change it because the soul needs that experience. The soul needs that experience. We are suffering on the level of the body, the human body of a mother, where we are just, we cannot take it when the child, I don't know, has a scratch. What about when we feel that the child is suffering emotionally more than physically? So there are things which we cannot avoid, and that the children will be the source of our suffering. But in our heart, we have to understand that that's the path. That's the path. I understand that there are some things I cannot avoid. I will try, I will really try to accept, to pray, to keep calm, so that I keep on being that support system for my child in that difficult situation. And of course, as long as I am in the direct contact with my child, I will always make him understand that he is special, that he is loved, that he is accepted, that I believe in him. Just now, I was with my children. We were helping my mom in the garden, and I was working next to Damodar, and he was sharing with me some about his ideas, his business ideas, and he's just talking, and he said, "Mom, do you believe me?" I say, "Of course I believe in you. Isn't that possible?" I say, "Why not? Of course it's possible." Like, "Mom, do you really believe in me?" I say, "What do you think? Did I ever not believe in you?" He said, "No, you've always did." And I always like, "Do you want this? And can I do this?" "Yes, you can." I never say like, "You cannot, you're stupid," or "Your idea is stupid." I say, "Whatever you want, you can. You really can, and I'll support." And this is why they know when I say yes, it's a real yes. When I say no, basically there aren't chances to change my mind, and it's easier for them to accept my no's because they just know that there are so many yeses as well. I wouldn't imagine you like that. Leah, we grow. What do you think? I came from heaven from the start? No. I came in a very not at all good shape. So we are growing. We are growing. I used to curse my son. Now I pray for him. What is the impact of the past curses? It means your son needed your past curses. So now just bless your son in your heart genuinely, and genuinely bless your son from your heart. Understand that you are a mountain, and your son is like a small mice, like a small mouse. You are a mountain, and your child is a small mouse, no matter what's the age, even if the age is 50 of your son, of your child. And you are a mom, you are still as a mountain. If you don't feel yourself as you are a mountain and your child is just nothing, then somewhere you desynchronized, you became a friend with your child, especially if you're a mom and you have a daughter. We are like friends, we are like sisters. It's very wrong. It's very wrong if you are this. You are a mother with the capital letter, and your child is nobody, energy wise, yet. So you cannot possibly be not even close on the same level. Your word can never be even close to his word. And it doesn't mean that you will suppress them. No, but it just the child must understand that, okay, like there is a power, mother, father in the first place. And after that, like, and my word next to them, like, I know I can say whatever I want, but eventually like without questioning, the decision is theirs. I have a hard time understanding that if karma is set and destiny is as well, how can my thought impact, and what is the use of manifesting or praying and asking protection? Because the destiny is set. Uh, Please write on the chat who took the numerology class course and who didn't, plus minus, plus minus. Who did and who didn't take the numerology course with me. Minus, minus, plus, minus, minus. My God, dears, please, please correct this mistake. So, there we discuss a lot about this philosophy of why, if things are set, then why? Because there is so the destiny is set as a main scenario of your life. But for example, you have a washing machine, and you've never seen a washing machine before, and somebody gifted it to you, or you kind of liked it and said, maybe it's a good support for my flowers. And you get it and you kind of study it, but you don't really understand what it does. And you try using it many ways, as a support, as a dining table. Then you understand that it moves. You said maybe it's an entertainment for my cat. And then you understand that cat didn't survive. Probably it was not meant for the cat. And maybe it just does the door. And you try and you say, no, actually, I don't have a factory, and it's just 4 of us. Then you understand there is water, and you understand maybe, and eventually you just make a hell of the life of this washing machine. You don't satisfy your needs, your curiosity. You just spoil a lot of things. You just spoil um, the washing machine, and eventually you consider it was a bad buy. It was a waste of money. Why? Because you didn't understand the essence of this washing machine, and actually you knew there is an guide, user's guide, but you said like, no, like you didn't understand why. So there was a guidance, instructions, which would tell you what this machine does, how to use it, and you would be happy. The machine would be living for a long time, and everybody's lives would be better. But we didn't. But we didn't know. That is why the point is to help, to help, to allow. Because if, for example, if we have the knowledge from the numerology, or we have the access to reading astrology, numerology, which not everybody has, rarely who has today. So if we have this, we understand from the start, actually, this child this is the character, these are the possible landmarks in her life. There will be such situation, there will be such challenges, there will be, please, this question mark, this exclamation mark, like you already understand, you have a map. And you are helping your child to go through this map as much as you can, so that he lives his destiny smoothly. Because yes, the destiny is fixed, but how can we know if we are living our destiny? Because all of us, we are born, and we are born with the destiny which is fixed. But still, how many people out there are happy? Why they are not happy? Because they are not living their lives. Why I'm happy? Is my life easy? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I also have gray hair, but I am happy. I am happy. Why? Because I'm living my life. I am living my life. I am living my problems. I'm living my challenges. I'm living my tragedies. They are not somebody's, they are mine. And even living my pain. It's painful, it hurts, I cry, but it makes me eventually happy. It gives me energy, it gives me help, it gives me protection, support, assistance. It's the resource for me of energy, living my life, living victories and living painful moments equally give me energy, because I grow through both. And even living the negative things, which I call negative, which are not, are giving me even more reward. This is why I am a happy person. This is why I'm powerful. This is why I can help other people by understanding where they are missing, where they are scared to step, because I've been there. I was also scared, like Yulia said, like I never thought you were like this. Of course I was like this. I was absolutely that, not the best version at all. I've been there. Now I'm here. I've with open eyes, I've walked all that path, and still I'm walking. I'm not far away from where I want to be. This is why the destiny, just, yes, we have a destiny, but most of the people are living somebody else's destinies. And even if I'm living my destiny, I am living my destiny. My destiny also has levels. My destiny has the level where I'm kind of even going a bit against it, but still it will force on me the events. This is the degrading way, where I am absolutely not helping, not showing any kind of consciousness, anything. So I'm degrading, or I'm not doing anything. I'm going with the flow. My destiny will just go with the flow, somebody's flow as well. So some here and there I will touch the ground, but I'll survive. I will not degrade, but I will also not grow. And there is a level of the destiny where I am doing an effort and I'm maybe slowly, because degrading, going down is very fast, going up the hill is it's slower, but doing the effort and I'm growing, and the quality and the quantity of the quality is also important, because the one who is taking drugs is also enjoying. He's also happy, but the quality of his happiness is different. So the quality and the quantity of my happiness is increasing with every single day. And I have the same destiny, but in a totally different level. You just imagine you are watching a movie, and let's say you are watching a movie in a wrong for you language, in a wrong language. Okay, so you kind of you misunderstand the things, you get irritated, like you don't enjoy it at all, or you are watching the movie, but let's say there is no music. Yeah, have you ever imagined watching a movie without music? If you'd watched once, you would realize how uncomfortable that is, watching a movie without music. So kind of you watched, you understood, but didn't really enjoy. There was something missing. And then imagine watching the movie with the music in your language, with the dubbing or subtitles, with the popcorn or with the ice cream next to you, and you are enjoying. And there is also a fourth dimension of living your destiny, where you are just squeezing not only the material juices out of it, but you are also mostly focusing on the beyond material goals. You are raising inside you values which are also above material, and that time you are closer in the contact with the, let's again call them angels, when you are already closer to God, doing things beyond logic, serving already not only you, but serving communities on a different level, when you are doing the service for the world. It's also your destiny. But look how many levels are of living your destiny. So now imagine you, I mean, any one of these, just like that washing machine. We don't have the instruction to our lives. We are like just like the blind kittens, going here, there, reaching other people's destinies, trying from other people's foods, or trying other people's clothes, and feeling that, oh my God, it will make me happy. But eventually we understand it's not my size, something is not matching, it's not my color. I am not happy. Like I'm watching her wearing the same dress and she's looking so happy, but when I wear the same dress, I'm not happy. Why? Because that's her size, that's her destiny. That's the main, I believe, mm, bad bad consequence of the social media, which shows us the high standard lifestyle, with money wise, things wise, relationship wise, and we say like, oh my God, this is where the happiness, this is where. Believe me, not here down earth, in your very, maybe very humble existence, very, somebody would say poor financially, very no, again, very humble, financially very humble living, but you are so happy. The money doesn't define the happiness. Our needs are different. Our needs are different. So it's normal to have less if you don't need more. And let people laugh about you. Let people think that you are a loser. Let people think that you are full of traumas. Whatever. Let them think, as long as you are happy, just enjoy your happiness. But here, again, don't fall into the trap of saying the the grapes are green, I don't like it. You have to exactly know what you need, what makes you happy, what makes you happy. Even if you don't have it now, but your little things, large things, maybe really you are born to be an empress. Why to be ashamed of that? Just go for that. Become one. Live high scale. Live like lavishly, luxuriously, whatever. Like if this is your dream, just do it. But understand that somebody else can be really happy with very modest lifestyle, with a very modest house, with a very modest, I don't know, very modest everything. And still happiness is there as well, because our happiness comes only from the people. And family is our first people. If we jump, if we skip, we want to avoid the family and be happy with somebody else, it will not happen, because again, the God put that mechanism of us not being happy as long as we admit ourselves, our roots, our environment, and those people who are close to us in the first place. That's very powerful. Thank you. Now I want to do the numerology course. Everybody should do the numerology course. Everybody, because at least give yourself a chance to understand this life a little bit better. The numerology, the basic numerology course that I gave, it's really the basic. But this basic, it's just a huge, solid fundament for a much better life, when I encourage you to assume responsibility for your life, by understanding that first, life will not be easy. My dears, please understand, life cannot be easy, because we are living in a material world, surrounded by we are living in the winter of the universal existence, the winter, the hardest time. So by default, things cannot be like in the paradise. But it doesn't mean that we are not meant to be happy. We are still happy. I'm living in the same world that you, all of us, we are living in the same, but I'm living in a different reality. That's the difference, my dear. We are living in the same world, but we are living, some of us, in different realities. So attune your reality to what you really need. Create your reality, realize your reality, change, adjust your reality. There are so many wings of realities in the same room, in the same building, in the same city. So you adjust, choose yours. Choose yours. If you are entering a parlor shops, you cannot be in the same time in a dentist clinic. You cannot. You will be now in the parlor. So you choose your reality. But the happiness starts with assuming the responsibility. Assume the responsibility for your life. Nobody is guilty for what you are having today. Nobody is guilty to what is happening to your children and something. If you didn't have the knowledge, it was meant to be. This is why knowledge is the power. Knowledge is the power. Invest your time, your money, reduce your fears into knowledge. It will really relax you. It will just make you powerful. It's the best course ever. Yes, I agree. It's one of the best courses ever, because very, very nicely it gives the minimum that we need to already start feeling this life. Now, a series of questions have been about how to this level, when the child already gets to talk back, how to already become a little bit firm with the child. My dears, we have to be firm from the very start. From the very start. Because very often we can notice, and I believe this in every culture, regardless, every culture, when the child only starts talking or only starts walking, and usually this do the fathers. they start teaching the child, please say this word. And the child says, some kind of that word. And the child says, and the father loves, and the father is like, no, 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 he's so happy. And the child says, oh my God, my father likes, I will say it again. Or, for example, the father, I don't know, the child, for example, is sitting on the lap, and not by mistake, but that's the point, the children just hit because they are trying to understand how I can use my hands, what's the space, and so on. So the kind of the son, I don't know, hits the father or hits the father, and the father says, oh my God, my son has the power, na na na, and he loves, and the child understands that when I hit the father or anyone else, then they are so joyful. And then when the child keeps on doing this, even when there are people, already the fathers, or spits on you, then already father says like, no, don't do it, you don't do it, no, 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 no. Yesterday you were laughing at home, and now you are scolding him. No, what can be done from the start. What cannot be done should be said like no. And believe me, the child understands, because the child doesn't need you to talk. At a certain age, the child only understands your thoughts. That's the power of the mother when we should be with our children in those minimum 3 years, when our thoughts, our talking, our behavior is just educating our children to be part of the beautiful culture, to be part of the beautiful culture. When there is a word no from the start, from the beginning, when the child is breastfeeding and biting, I will say no. Even if the child doesn't understand and it doesn't mean to hurt me, that doesn't matter. I will say we don't do like this. It hurts, and be more gentle. I know the child that didn't understand my words, but it understood the message that by willingly we don't do so. So no matter the age, but when something wrong is happening, I say no. So I am firm from the very start. And I am loving, and I am wisely interacting with the child. I am admitting his high intellect from the start. But I understand that I am always bigger. That is why, because especially now, with all this, what I call the positive schizophrenia, which is also getting a lot into the parenting, when the child is the god and everybody around is at his service. This is very wrong, my dears. And it can never, the child should always know his place, the place of the child. The child is always secondary to, first is the father, second is the mother, and only after that comes the first child, the second, and the child from the start should understand this hierarchy. Father is the most important, the mother will also listen to the father, and the children will also always listen to the mother and the father without questioning. So here also there were in the questions how to achieve this when we fight, when unwillingly we, I don't know, snap, when things happen in front of the children, that how we can correct. We can only correct through behavior. We can never really make the child do something by talking. If I don't do this, then my child exactly will do what I do. They learn through examples. The children only learn through examples. I don't know where I shared this just recently. I don't know where I shared. Recently, I shared a story, maybe in the astrology course, about my cat. about my cat Coco Chanel when she's solo. She's a solo cat. She's a wild cat, but she's a very good mother. And every year when she has kittens, usually we bring her on the terrace. So the kittens are growing in front of me. So I'm observing her as a mother for many seasons. And I was very, so for me it was new because in my life I never had cats. Like I could not, like I didn't know how it happens, like really watching them day to day. So I was really very surprised at a certain point when she was playing with the kittens, and the kittens were really small, but when the play games started, and sometimes she was so rough with them, and they were like meowing, like in the danger mode, in the painful mode. Like I understand that she's too rough with such an young age. And so many times I had the move, the rush to interact. And then I would just stop myself and say, Rada, stop. She's the mother. Like there are instincts. She cannot possibly do something wrong. You can, but she cannot, because she is fully functioning on the instincts. So I just, with my heart, I like really in pain. I was watching, and when the game was over, when the kitten was released, I was seeing like he just came back to normal and he was interacting normal, and I understood that these are the games and they say why it's needed. And then I understood that she is the mother. She is the only one, because the connection, because the kittens and the mother, they disappears in around maybe 4 months or even earlier, very early. When the breastfeeding is over, they are strangers. They become strangers. And I understood that she only has this short time to show to the kid in real life scenario what will happen if you will be weak. Then you have zero chances to survive, to get the food, to hunt, to run away, and so on. So in a very rough way, in a this was the reality show where she was showing how you have to do in life so that you survive. The very same for us. The children will only take what they see, and more than that, my dears, uh, the eyes the eyes of the son who didn't watch the webinar about the children, that seminar that I did, very beautiful. I really recommend it. And there I'm saying that the eyes of the daughter live in father's heart. So the daughter's eyes live in the father's heart. The son's eyes live in the mother's heart. So imagine my heart. Here are the eyes of my son. And how I'm seeing my husband, how my heart sees my husband, their father. This is the reality that my sons see. Doesn't matter if we fight behind the door and we come in front of the children and we smile. But when we fight, the eyes of my sons are in my heart, with that heart that I am maybe hating the man in front of me, or maybe I'm considering him weak, or maybe I'm considering him, I don't know, a bastard, irresponsible, whatever. So no matter how I am behaving in front of them, but the reality is that they only take all the features that I see in their father. Do you understand how smart God tricked us? So that we eventually do the effort to be genuine, to really learn to love. We only can love in the relationship, to love our husbands that are so different from us, to love our children who are so ungrateful, I sacrificed so much for you, and you are answering me back. It's really painful, but here we must understand. So let me finish with this. So the thing is that the purity of the heart, and this is what we are doing in the family. This is why we are getting married, my dear ladies, not to enjoy. If we have good karma from the past, we will enjoy. But so far, I understand that 99% of the women are not getting married to enjoy. And this is also right, because we are also growing. Yes, it's painful in so many ways, but it's so interesting because when you jump into the big wave and you are afraid, you say, "Oh my God, if I will not come out of it," but then you just come out of it and you say, "Wow, I'm powerful, I'm invincible," and kind of next wave will be easier and will be easier because you understand, yes, I'll be scared, but I know I've been once, I've been twice, I came out, and eventually after that, I liked it. That is why the more you will be involved into the family, you will not escape to the office to feel yourself at least somehow I am worthy of something, and inside your house is hell. As long as you will be escaping the reality of the family where you are not managing as a wife, you are not happy as a woman, when you are doubting so much like what to do with these kids, homeschooling or not homeschooling, doing or not doing, what to do, listening, not listening, slapping, not slapping, what's right to do, what uh, why we don't feel this? Because we are afraid of the reality. We are afraid to see the darkness of the dark spots of the family, because instantly I will say, "Oh, it's my fault. I'm a loser and I didn't manage." Well, I'm not a loser, even when my relationship with my husband are not the best. I'm the best wife because I had the courage to face. I have the courage to be with this man another and another day. When my children are far not the best, I say that's beautiful because this is where I am the best mom. These are the best moments of my motherhood. This is where my power is. When I see that I have real problems with my children and it hurts me so much, but still I'm staying here with my eyes wide open, with my heart wide open, and I am accepting the full darkness of the moment and thinking what's the best I can do in this. I'm not escaping. I'm not saying like, "Oh my God, like I did everything right," but like, yes, I did right, but they also did right, and our two right destinies, they clashed, they met together. So let's find that common right thing, what I can do now in this situation, what each one of the parties can do in each situation. If my marriage is painful today, it doesn't mean I am a bad wife or he is a bad husband. We are already good enough to have the courage to agree to be in this, because lots of people are escaping even the marriages. They decide having pets instead of children. That's the reality. People don't want to have a child because they are seeing what is happening around. And I believe this is wrong. This is not right because it's not out of the conscience. Why to bring more children to suffer into this world? We decided not to bring more suffering to these beautiful souls. Well, you will not decide to have this, to host the soul. Somebody else will decide. The soul will be born, but you lost. You lost. Because the children who have to be born will be born with you or without you. It's not about you. It's not about them. It's about you. You didn't have the courage to go into the strip of being the real woman because it's really heavy. It's really difficult. Agree. When he doesn't listen and keep doing some basic and on purpose, or this is what he has in mind now, then you move to the consequences. And with snapping, I meant also at them on the days I don't have the patience and overtired, I would snap if they become so nagging. Or one is crying, another is nagging, breastfeeding, then I lose it. Sometimes we all lose. I believe, I don't think we have a mother who, except if you have two nannies and you are only coming to your child to say, oh my God, no, 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 let's do something. But if you really like, you are a mother without who is constantly interacting with the children, then I don't know a mother who wouldn't lose her temper. Um, and so The thing is that we are afraid to punish our children because we are afraid that they will feel that we don't love them and the bonding between us will be lost. Right, girls? This is what we are afraid, that the child will feel she is not supported and the bonding will be lost forever. It's not true. It's not true. The bonding is there forever. The bonding is there forever. And I was very surprised when I was working in the Children Charity Foundation, and we were very intensely interacting with orphanages, with children who had families, but they were drunkards, for example, and the government or the parents sent the children to the orphanages. The child would always choose staying with the alcoholic mother who was beating him. The child would always choose staying with such a mother instead of being in a safe, nice, civilized orphanage. That is why the bonding will always be there. And the thing is that you must understand that I try to love my child unconditionally. It means my child is not closing my deficiencies. I am a self-sufficient person. I know who is in front of me. In front of me is a soul which on bodily level is connected to me. This is why I have a huge impact on this soul. The soul came with certain lessons, scenarios, habits, bad, good, everything. So my role is to observe what is that soul in that body manifesting, and the bad habits. My job is to not allow them develop further, and on the other side to help the child manifest, to support the likings, the talents, the I don't know, some the skills that I understand, the interest of my child. And all this I understand that on the soul level, on the soul level, is that level is much more important, that bodily level, that the kid will cry for, will nag, and will just do the tantrums, and just don't be afraid to punish your children by saying a rough no, and that's all. You want to cry, you can cry, but no is no. So when you know how much you love your child, like genuinely love as a mother who understands the relationship between you and the child, that it's not only emotional, there is also a responsibility. So when you really love in the right way your child, absolutely easy. You can snap even when you are tired. You can shout when you are tired. You can say no and not think, oh my God, like if I will not, I don't know, I will say no to this ice cream or I will say no to this toy, then my child will have a trauma. Your child will not have any trauma as long as you are loving him. The only thing child needs to know that everything is normal with him. He is loved, accepted, and he has this support system as a mother and ideally the father as well. That is why don't be afraid that your child will have a less, I don't know, a fancy childhood or I don't know, he'll get tired or something. I am saying to my children no, and especially when they were small, so many times. It was a no, and sometimes, for example, we are in the shop and especially Damodar, he sees something and his eyes are instantly opening like, Mom, can you buy me this? I say, do you have money? That would be the first question. Do you have money for this? I say yes. Do you have it? Will you buy it for me? I say no. Why? And I explain why. So let the child understand the reality that I am tired now. I am tired now. And when mom is tired, I will not do anything because I'm tired. So, and don't think that, oh my God, he will feel neglected or something. No, as long as inside you that even when you are scolding him, even if you are, I don't know, snapping or shouting even, sometimes we have to be loud. Sometimes we have to be loud. But inside you understand that you are playing a role. So the child understands that you don't cross this limit. With me, you don't talk like this. You don't have to love me. I don't need your love. I need to love you and I'm loving you. That is my desire. That is my ability. That is my duty. And I'm happy to love you. You don't have to love me. I don't care if you love me. It's enough for me to love you, but you have to respect me, point. You have to respect me, point. And my word is my word, and my word is the last word. And nobody will disrespect me. And I'm telling him, your father never disrespected me. And he said, whenever somebody disrespects you, out of the house, even if these are your children. So I'm telling you, your father gave me the permission to out everyone, you, and anyone else, but never don't allow anyone to disrespect you, Radushka. This is what my husband said before dying. He said, because I will not be there to protect me, and this hurts me the most. I am even jealous from this apple that you are holding in your hand, because I'll be gone, but you'll be keeping the apple in your hand. And I'm telling that disrespect, you have my word is the last. And I know what you want, but I know what is right, and we will do what is right, point. That is why they feel, I mean, they are listening my word. I have the authority. Yes, not everything is smooth without between us. Why? Because they are already in that age. It's already 15 and it's already 13 and a half. So it's that age when they are becoming powerful in manifesting their likings and not likings. So I have to understand that, and I admit that this is the a time when they are having that social way to understand how far can I push. How I'm example. I'm like this machine that simulator that they are trying. How does it happen? How far can I go? And they understand I cannot go that far. Why I'm not afraid to be that categorical, why I'm not afraid that, oh my God, I will be a mom who is limiting them so much, because I know that I did everything right and I am so much supporting them, and I'm so, even if on the external side I'm very, I don't know, not really not uh, offering them an abundant life or a life full of yeses, absolutely not. It's a lot of things are very limited in their lives, but They are never doubting my love, my support, even when they are saying that kind of, no, maybe you don't something love. But I know in their heart they are confident and they are peaceful that everything is fine. That is why it's the position of the mother, and it's normal for the child to see that mother also has her difficult days. That mother is also human, and my children always know that the first one at the table is served my husband if he is present, but the most beautiful piece, the most delicious piece, I will get it if I want it. They know this. Mom will get the most beautiful. I will never give the best to the kids unless if, like, I don't know. But if I want that, I will have it. And they know it, and they're okay with that, and they love it, and they are offering me things that I like, because my children are guests, are only guests in my life. Tomorrow they will be gone, and it should not make my life emptier, sadder, or nothing. Not at all. I will be happy for the way wherever they are, whatever path they will choose. And I hope they will always see me also happy in living my life. So children are not the meaning of my life. They are a big part. They are a big part. They are the source. Now, of course, it's the dominant because of their age. But they are not the only meaning of my life. If Lhasa Mahala, no, they stopped being there in my life, then yes, for some time I would go crazy, definitely. But I know after that I would revive and my life would just continue being beautiful again, because they are just a part, a very important, very fundamental. Nothing made me grow as much as the motherhood till now, because it's still in full full action. It's didn't start, but it's continuing. Is it okay to tell them this is expensive or not worth it? Absolutely, absolutely. I'm very often said, like, I don't I have the money, but I cannot spend it for that because I have more important things. Or even if I have, like, freely have something for that, I say I really will not spend my money on that. You want, you collect. And whenever they really want something, with my elder son, I don't have problems. He really collects money. He's very disciplined. He, like, really puts penny to penny till he has big amounts and he buys something significant. But Damodar, absolutely not. He's very hard in collecting money. So I'm encouraging you collect half. If I agree with whatever he wants to buy, say you collect half and I will help you also with something, with the half, with the quarter, whatever, and so that they spend their money. And very often they are disappointed, and I'm very happy when they are disappointed with how they spend the money, because they understand, actually, you can also be disappointed. So next time they think, like, okay, like, should I or should I not? So just before yesterday, my Karim bought some filters for his camera, for his professional camera, and it wasn't cheap. It wasn't cheap, but from his money, he said, I want it. And kind of he was emotional, like, I want it, I want it. I tried to disconvince him, but he said still I want it. So we arranged it to be delivered, to be bought, no. And he tried, and it was really not what he wanted. He was disappointed, and he said, Mom, it was not really worthy. Like I said, okay, very good, you bought it, like, you'll use it after that, you can resell it, whatever. But I told him, never. I told him that you bought emotionally. You bought it emotionally. I say never buy emotionally. Let it be there. Just be calm whenever you buy. Because I know myself, very often I been buying emotionally, and now I know how it feels. I understand him, and I allowed him to do that with quite a big amount. So he was disappointed. Next time he will be considered like all these are lessons. So absolutely, absolutely. Why not to say that it's expensive? Why I can afford anything, everything? Absolutely not. And even if I can afford, I will not. I say I have my things. I want this thing for me, or I want that thing. Like I will not spend on this. So absolutely yes. So why and do not allow? I mean, again, it's your choice. It's your arrangement, but it's absolutely normal for the child to see that sometimes money are not enough. Sometimes the food is not the food he likes. Sometimes the mother is not as happy as he'd like. Sometimes it rains outside and the plan is cancelled. Life is dynamic, and we don't have to arrange to give them this perfect image of an ideal life. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. The life is the way it is. The most important that we keep the contact, that we are all together in this, and the most important, we are together. And when we are together, we can to handle all the life's spontaneities. I used to think like this and wanted only to adopt kids. Carol, my dear, adopting kids is also it's not as if you're buying a pet. Adopting kids, it's a big responsibility, and you need courage. You really need courage to adopt kids. And I always admire people who decide to adopt kids, especially when they already have kids. It's really it's a big courage to adopt kids. So it's better than I mean, I always admire, and you can always you can only adopt kids. Again, not everybody is able to adopt kids because karmically the children that you adopt are your children. So again, there has to be that connection from the past, because adopting kids is not like, oh, I decided I like the idea, I'll adopt. If there isn't your child there, you can only adopt your child. That is why, again, it's not that easy. Just like what we said in the beginning with the sexual abuse and our fears, it cannot happen to anyone. It can only happen to someone who has the triggers for that. It cannot happen to everyone. So this is also a good news or a bad news, I don't know, but it just cannot, not all things can equally happen to everyone. We all have our specific past, our specific present, and our tasks, lessons, and challenges. My friend adopted a dark-skinned kid in Lebanon. She's so courageous. She couldn't get pregnant and didn't want IVF, so she adopted an African kid. So that his mother left the church. Amazing, amazing. I'm absolutely against IVF under any. I mean, I don't know what could be the situation um, where I would say that no, that's better, but much better to adopt a child. If you cannot have a child, it's for a reason. Rather, what's the best way for them to collect money, giving allowance? Is it okay to give money if they do course or good or not good approach? Well, I don't know, Sarah. To tell you the truth, I don't know, but I never give them like you do this and you clean the terrace and I'll give you the money. No, it's your duty, and it's not discussed, and I can even not give you food if I don't want, but this is your duty. How to, well, um, um, I don't know how to collect, but for example, in my case, the relatives often give money. If they do course for some neighbor, they usually give money, which I say do not take. I mean, if they give some sweets, some fruits, whatever, take. But money, like don't like stand there, wait, never. You do because you did, but don't. But still people insist. So this thing is always a good source of money. So relatives is the first one. Whenever they really want something, I will always give them even big amounts whenever they want, but they don't have. I will always bought them if they really wanted something, and it's regardless, expensive, not expensive, but like I spend on them if I consider this is like I agree. Then, for example, now Karim is seriously helping here the neighbors, the old women. He's cutting the wood, for example, and this he cut the wood and they help. Then they help, for example, when the collecting the harvest, they both go to a neighbor and she's paying them. Then Karim is already making money with his camera. People are inviting him for different shootings of the events at the nursery and the school, different, and they are paying him money, which was absolutely incredible for him. But like here and there, somehow money is gathered, but usually Friday my husband gives him money. I never gave the just curious. I don't know. I think it's not bad if the husband gives the money, but and he collects for the habit of collecting. I believe it's everything, how to say, individual according to how you act and what he's spending on. But it's important to also not develop this mentality of consumerism where, you know, you don't do anything. What will I have out of it? Nothing. You'll have nothing out of it. But still just learn, try to enjoy it. You cannot enjoy, just do it without enjoying, but still you have to do it. So you'll have nothing out of this. In my sense with my children, like since kind of they feel the phenomena of karma. So for me it's kind of easier to make them understand that not everything is logical, not everything is directly related to each other. So just whenever you have the chance to do something good, just do something good, and for no reason because this is important and blah blah blah. So I kind of do this. I read that for course you shouldn't give because it's something they should do. I also agree with this. Encouraging him to sell things, his old toys, for example, or books. Absolutely yes. Why not? Or something. Or if he does handcrafts, painting. Absolutely yes. Why not? But also remember to kind of encourage him. Also be generous, gifting sometimes something or buying something, sometimes something for someone. So it's really must do not be afraid that your child will the money karma is already from the start there. The money karma is from the start there. The amount of money your child will have is already established, and it's only about with what mood he will get to that money. So also don't worry about that. And also so whenever you feel your child witnessed not the best behavior between you and your husband, how to repair through a good behavior. When your child sees that your husband and you in return you respect each other, you compliment each other, you are tender with each other, you love each other, yeah. You hug each other. For the child is very important the stability, my dear. There were many questions, but you just to give a general advice for the child is very important the sense of stability. It's very harmful for him to know that every 2 days the parents fighting or they are moving the houses every 3 months, or the child needs stability. So whenever whenever something unpredictable happens in your house. So you figure out yourselves how can you create that stability for your child. You can do this. You can do this through just constantly repeating the words. For example, you are the family of the diplomats, or for some other reason, you're because of your husband's job, you are moving the houses often, and this is definitely a stress for the child. But in the same time, you can always say that no matter where you moved, in the morning the breakfast will be the same, and you can say, as usually, today we are eating for breakfast this, and no matter where you are. But in the evening, you are always reading the book to your child, and you say, as always, like nothing changes, regardless that this is another bed, this is another country, this is another language. But in the evening, we are reading the book, and on Sunday, as usually, we will go out in the park. As usually, nothing changed. For the child, nothing changed. The mother is still the same, the books are still the same, she is willing to read. On Sunday, as usually, they are eating outside somewhere in the park. So basically, as much as you can create this stability with your words, with the um, um, with your actions, this is what important for the child, because as long as outside is everything under control for the child, it means he doesn't have to be focused on the what is happening outside. He knows everything is under control, everything is as it should be. So he's relaxed, his outside controller is sleeping, is relaxed, he has the possibility to develop inside, to grow, to realize, to develop inside. When outside everything is in a turmoil, inside life, growth, uh, the inside life stops, because he has to be focused on the outside. And when your child is super extra sociable and liking everybody at the age of 3, 4, and 5, and intellectually he's, oh my God, like super smart, and he knows how to use all the gadgets and how to even start the car, not always this is a good sign. Not always this is a good sign, because probably for some reason he's been involved in the outer life too much, and it's just his inside reality is frozen. He's not growing from inside, but he's adjusting in a smart way to the exterior reality. That is why for a child, the most important at the early age, at least first 7 years, to be to be um, to have the feeling of stability, to have the feeling of stability. And believe me, being strict with the child in no way gives him the traumas, as long as he knows that he is accepted and he really feels that he is loved. That is why there was a question about at that age when they suddenly start to be different, not tidy anymore, not cleaning. When at around 12/14, this is the age which we start calling the teenagers. The child separates himself from the mother's aura. Some people say that it happens much earlier, around 10 years, but we understand that it's not a one moment separation. No, it's a process which maybe even lasts for a couple of years. But the thing is that till, let's say, this age, till 10 years, the child with mother is one aura. He doesn't really have his own manifestation. He's under her umbrella. He's under her everything, under her protection, under her absolute prayers, and he doesn't have his own karma. So after that, he is separating. And when he separates, he understands that, oh my God, I feel differently. Yes, I feel a power, I feel possibilities, and I don't know how to control it. This is why at this age, they so often change their opinions, change their habits, change their likings. Today I want red hair, tomorrow I want green hair, after tomorrow I want blue hair. Today I want this style, tomorrow I want that style. And the parents start panicking because they understand, oh my God, I'm losing. Like whatever I suppressed till that age, thinking that I can control, now just sprout out. And the more the parents are suppressing the child in those first periods, the painful, the more brighter will be the jump after in this teenagers period, when the child will separate. The aura will become an absolute individuality, and the child wants to discover the world, to understand what I can do, what are my possibilities, where are my limits. So the child is trying. So it's very important in this time to be next to your child, to not be panicking about him or her changing their habits, liking styles every week. Just be with them, support them. And again, it doesn't understand you have to allow everything, but just understand that the child is going now through a difficult phase for him or her as well, and wants to try everything. Just allow to go. This period will not last forever. And the more supporting you were in those previous, where already you are giving the freedom, where you're giving the support, where you are giving the confidence, so the smoother will be this transition towards the being an individuality. It's like letting out of the cage. If for the first time the child comes out of the cage, he will just crazily run here, there, from one tree to another, jumping, doing it just to try, like, oh my God, freedom for the first time. If something was similar was in the previous year, then okay, I've been out of the cage already. I didn't know that I can fly because my mom was carrying me on her back, but I've been there, so I don't have to kind of understand, like, let's try all my limits. My dears, I would like to stop here. We will continue because there are still questions which haven't been answered. Maybe it's not a promise, but maybe next week we will do another session. If not next week, then I will really not pull it further than 2 weeks. But I would prefer our sessions to be shorter and maybe more often. If there is a question that really you will not sleep tonight unless you know the answer, then please write it in the chat, and I will try to do my best to make you sleep better this night. My dears, how did you? How are you leaving the session? With what thought? What are the insight? What was useful? What was new maybe? I don't know. How do you like this style? Please give me also feedback. I'll try to adjust if I have to, if I have to make it better, so that you can benefit more. I can benefit more. I felt better because we carry a certain guilt the whole time. Loved it all. Yes, a guilt we carry. And I want to tell you that definitely, why I'm telling you that always I'm telling you that I'm lazy. I'm not joking. I'm really lazy. Lazy it's when I don't want to do something for a long time. I want to do it fast from the first time. That is why I have to be precise. In order to be precise, I have to use the tools that are most efficient. And when I'm telling you that I am using whatever I'm using, whatever I'm sharing with you is only something that helped me and I never live in my life. I never share with others something that I didn't find it the best. The best. That is why the things that I use, the rebirthing, now freshly neurographica and truth therapy, but the rebirthing like 20 years, I can really um, with full confidence say what miracle it does. And just because of using it for so much, I understood so nicely the neurographica and the truth therapy, the effects of it. This is why I like. So that is why it helped me so much process these fears, these limitations, these expectations, this anger, the guilt that sometimes I almost had, and all the things, because I understand the more heaviness I have in me related to, let's say now if we're talking about children, then the heaviest, this heaviness, it's not only on my shoulders, somewhere energetically it's heavy on them as well. So I want to be as much as I can be free from expectation, as much as I can be unconditional with in relationship with them, only counting on what they are without expecting me to get some benefits, or afraid like, oh my God, what people will say if they will see my children like this. What that's my children. What can I do? That's my only children I have. So I will love them with all my hands, legs, cells that I have, because I don't have other children. It's my duty to love them the way they are, good or bad. So I always recommend you, whoever has access in whatever way, never underestimate, just keep on working on yourself, getting rid of all that heaviness that you feel, you still have. Very interesting as usual. I always live with big heart and open eyes. Okay, Christina, keep your eyes open and your heart even bigger. I sometimes worry I am not doing the right thing or being the perfect mom, and this gave me comfort. Perfect we should not be. We should be harmonious. Because if we want to be perfect, we will just torture our kids. So because we should be harmonious moms. My friend is a psychologist for children. She tells me be a true mom, not a perfect mom. Yes, yes. We can never do the right thing is what we are doing. With the best intentions, and the right thing is the thing that we are doing. If I'm coming back to Lebanon for summer, yes, definitely I'm coming. But you see, again, again, it started. So I hope it didn't start for real, and I will have time to come back. But I'm planning. I'm planning in the next week, in a week time, to be in Lebanon if the flights will be all in order. My dears, thank you also. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to talk about the topic that I love very much, that I love the most, the women and the motherhood and the children. I really, probably this is my favorite topic. And I'm always happy when I can talk, when I can share, because all my experience is very valuable to me. I love it. I cherish it. All the knowledge that I have, I cherish it, and I always want it to share with others so that it helps someone somehow at a certain point of time and makes the life of one more woman, of one more child happier. And that is why thank you for also giving me this possibility to to dive into the topic that I love, and hopefully we will meet again this soonest. Till then, I'm wishing you a very beautiful evening and a very beautiful relationship. Just go to your children if you already have them and understand that you are the best mom and your child is just the best child. And maybe for the first time, just hug your child with a different kind of energy when you feel you are a mountain and your child is just like a small kitten, and you definitely have the power, the wisdom, the love to give to your child whatever he or she needs at this moment, to this moment of this time. And even if your child physically is not now with you, just a hug virtually, and it basically doesn't make almost any difference. It's also powerful. I wish you happiness, my dears. Good night.